once again.
Welcome to Fred's Footy Fest, and today we'll be looking at round 17 of the NRL Premiership. So to kick us off is tonight's clash between the Dragons and the Warriors. Now for this game, I think I'm going to be tipping the Warriors only by 6 points. This is because even though all the Origin players are back, the Warriors don't have any. So they were at full strength anyway. And not only that, but they're sitting in 6th place, so they're pretty consistent, and they're going to be looking for a spot in the top 8 and playing finals footy, and they have missed out on this for a while now, whereas the Dragons still missing out, just edged out by the Warriors on the ladder, and I can't see them going anywhere this year. And Ben Hunt, their star player, is considering release. So that's just sad news from the Dragons, so I'll have to tip the Warriors. Only by a small margin though. This next match is tomorrow at 3 o'clock between the Dolphins and the Eels. Now, the Dolphins have some great names coming back, which is Felice Kafusi, back from suspension, and the biggest inclusion of all, Sean O'Sullivan, back from a 16-week injury. Whereas the Eels, on the other hand, they have returning players, Mitchell Moses and Junior Paulo, back from their loss in Origin. Whereas, not only that, but the returning second rower, Sean Lane. That's a big inclusion for the Parramatta team, and I think they will easily get this job done. Now for this next clash, 5:30, is between the Panthers and the Knights. Last week, both these two teams suffered a loss. However, all Origin players were out. It went to Golden Point, the Panthers and the Cowboys, on the Friday night clash in Townsville. The Panthers went down by a last-minute try from Scott Drinkwater. However, the Cowboys did not do this one easy. The Panthers fought real hard. And I could just imagine, if they had their Origin players, could they have won that one? Now for this one, I think I will tip the Panthers. I think with or without Origin players, they will get the job done here against the Knights. I can't see Knights pulling this one off. They nearly did in their last encounter. But Panthers, they've just been too much of a great side. And they're going to be playing finals footy, I think. So, unless if Kalen Ponga can do some miracle thing, I can't see Knights winning this one. So I think I'll have to tip the Panthers. 7:35, Melbourne Storm and Manly, Battle of Brookvale. However, this is in Melbourne. Now, Tom Trbojevic is going to be out for the remainder of the season, I'm pretty sure, from that injury on Wednesday night. Now the Storm, last week, they got their win against the Tigers, and Alex Twell scored his first try. Good on him. Whereas Manly, on the other hand, were thrashed by the Eels. I think that narrows it down to say I'll tip the Storm. They're sitting in 3rd place on the ladder. I think they'll play finals footy, but I'm unsure where they'll end up from there. But for this one, I have to tip Melbourne. 2 o'clock on Sunday is a clash between the Broncos and the Titans. Broncos are going to be very strong in this one, sitting on the top of the table after Penrith's loss. I can't see them going any lower. And they've got their Origin players back. They're going to be at their strongest. And the Titans are at a massive disadvantage. Breaking news, Justin Holbrook has been sacked from the club and will be replaced by Des Hasler next season. So they are coachless, the Titans. I can't see them going anywhere now this season. They're going to drop down. And being at Suncorp, the Broncos are just going to put on a show for their fans. So this is a no-brainer. I'll tip the Broncos. This next clash at 4 o'clock is between the Rabbitohs and the Cowboys. Now the Rabbitohs, comfortably 4th place. They're going to be seeing finals footy once again. Whereas the Cowboys, although they had a great win against Panthers last week in a very close battle, I can't see them winning this one. Because Panthers had no Origin players last week, so it was pretty much the Cowboys and a reserve grade team, and the Cowboys still had some big names, so I wasn't confident on Panthers winning, even though I tipped them. Now for this one, all the Origin players are back, so I think I'll have to tip the Rabbitohs. Cowboys have, I think, 2 injuries, whereas the Rabbitohs have some, but they're not big names, so I think Rabbitohs should get the job done here, and it is in Sydney, so that just boosts their performance, I reckon. Now for the last game is a clash between the Roosters and the Raiders. I'm not very confident on this one. The win percentage is fairly even. I think I'll tip the Roosters. After last week's performance against the Knights, it was a pretty close one, but they got the job done, and they'll have Origin players back, so I reckon they should get the win. And they're not going to do it easy though. I would not be surprised if the Raiders pull off an upset, because they're a pretty good side at doing that. And now they're sitting in 7th place, so they're again looking for a spot in the finals. So that might boost their confidence to beat the Roosters. But I think Roosters should get the job done here. So that's it for this one. Tune in next week for some more great games. And I forgot to mention, Bulldogs, Sharks and Tigers all get the bye. And before we go, we'll have a sneak peek at next week. Now, it starts off with the Sharks and the Dragons. That's a South Sydney rivalry right there. On the Friday is between the Warriors and the Rabbitohs. Then probably the game of the round, the Storm and the Panthers. Very close one, I reckon. Saturday kicks off is Raiders and the Titans, followed by the Cowboys and the Tigers. And then Battle of Brisbane once again. Broncos and the Dolphins, and it's at the Gabba. And Sunday's matches are going to be the Bulldogs and the Knights, and the game that'll wrap it up is between Manly and the Roosters. Parramatta will have the bye. I'll see you then.